In the last video, we looked at two relativistic effects, length contraction and time dilation. The idea that if you're measuring an object and it's moving relative to you, you will measure its length and its time differently than if it's stationary relative to you. And I need to emphasize that these effects are real. They're not just a matter of measurement. When I say that the clocks run slower, it doesn't mean that something's gone on with the mechanism of the clock. The actual progression of events, everything that we think of as measuring time, actually really does slow down. So one of the weirdest things is that Oobleck on his moving spaceship with his slower time will actually age more slowly than Captain Astro would relative to him. So this actually gives rise to the twin paradox, this really strange illustration of these relativistic effects. The twin paradox, needless to say, involves twins. A paradox, by the way, if you're not sure, is a situation that seems not to make sense, not to fit together, and yet you have enough evidence to believe it. So it seems to be true, but it shouldn't be true. The twin paradox involves twins. So here's the first of our twins. I'm Tim. I'm 25 years old. I'm going to fly to a nearby star and come back at 99% of the speed of light, 0.99 c. It will take me 12 years to make this journey. And here is the other twin. I'm Tom. I'm also 25 years old, obviously, since they're twins. I'm staying here on Earth while my brother flies off. So off goes Tim in his spaceship to a nearby star, comes back. As far as he can tell, he has spent 12 years on this journey. So when he gets back to Earth, he jumps out of his ship to greet his twin brother. Hi, Tom, I'm back just in time for our 37th birthday. But the twin brother that he meets is now an old man. Big deal, Tim. I'm 85 years old now. I gave up waiting for you 30 years ago. Somehow, the 12 years that passed by for Tim as he was moving relative to Tom are actually 60 years that have gone by for Tom. So Tim's time has stretched out to 5 times the time of Tom, so that 60 years for Tom can fit into 12 stretched out years for Tim. And this is extremely weird, and yet it is real, and you'll see that we have actually tested this.
60-second adventures in thought. Number 5. The twin paradox. Albert Einstein didn't have a twin brother, but he had some funny ideas of what you could do with one. He imagined 2 identical twins. Let's call them Al and Bert. Now, Al is a couch potato, but Bert likes to travel. So he hops into a spaceship and zooms off at close to the speed of light. That's when Einstein's special theory of relativity kicks in. It says that the faster you travel through space, the slower you move through time. So from Al's point of view, Bert's time would be moving slower than his own. To put it another way, time might fly when you're having fun, but when clocks fly, they run more slowly in relativity. After a while, Bert decides to head back, still at close to the speed of light, and returns to his brother with his holiday snaps. But when Bert arrives home, Al will now be older than his twin, which makes their double dates a lot more awkward. Although it seems implausible, Einstein just followed his theory to its logical conclusion, and it turns out he was right. This concept of time dilation provides the basis for our global positioning system, which is how your sat-nav knows you need to turn left in 200 yards.